Thank you, Dr. Rubal. We are running out of time and we are very late as, as per our schedule. I'll not take much time. Good evening, everyone present in this webinar. Thank you very much for listening for so long. And it's been nice, enriching while listening to all the speakers, all the presenters. Actually, let's be brief. Whenever I listen to this term, media uh, literacy we are talking about, I get a feeling of a divide between media literate and media illiterate, because we have been struggling to get out of the clutch of illiteracy for a very long period. And even today, 30% of the India's population can't read and write. It seems like a divide between literate and illiterate. And this terms gives an impression that there is a class which is elite and literate in terms of understanding of media, and there is an illiterate poor class also which needs to be educated, which needs media literacy. Actually, I would prefer, this is my opinion, I would emphasize that I would prefer using the term audiences empowerment. As media expert, how can we enable the media consumers and understanding of their messages? And that is more important. That is of that should be the concern of media professors. Actually, when Marshall McLuhan says medium is masses, he is more concerned about the ecology and environment created by the media. We listened to Aisha when she was discussing about photo posting habits. So, of course, Instagram and many other applications, they have created such an environment that they have changed subconsciously. They have changed the habits, human habits, lifestyle, and we are not aware about that. Same is with Shalini also when she was talking about psychological well-being and social media. Social media, apart from, besides the content of social media, this media has impacted the psychological well-being. And when Japinder Jeet ji was also discussing about the information ecology, how fast the photograph or the information circulated, he was surprised, shocked to observe that. So he is also surprised to see the new kind of information ecology that has been created by the digital revolution during last 20 years. Actually, the entire media technology, in Indian context I am talking, media technology formats and structures all have been adopted from the West, and there had been no debate on media literacy in India until recent. Media literacy as a concept or issue of debate in Indian context is a recent phenomena. And I feel that there is a need to look upon increasing concentration of media ownership, which in India especially, because it's creating a huge impact on the overall media environment, which is not visible. No one is talking about that. We are more concerned about the content, which is visible. And there are structural aspects of media bias also. Now we are discussing about surveillance capitalism or critical thinking. We need to discuss about role of civil society and regulations also, because when the entire 5G environment or surveillance capitalism, when we are discussing, that means you like it or not, you are part of that broad ecosystem, and you are under surveillance. And if even if you are educated, you are not able to understand the broader game, actually what is happening, what is being controlled, what is being watched by these big conglomerates, or we can say media giants. So in that situation, media regulations also have important role to play, and this is not going to be achieved only by teaching few lectures or conducting few workshops on media literacy. Media literacy in a way is an old concept, and now we need strong regulations also, regulations, and there should be some civil society initiatives also to safeguard the rights and interests of the media consumers. So that is all from my side, and it was a wonderful session for all of us. My all appreciations for the GMEC team, and special thanks to Dr. Rubal Kanodia for inviting me to this program. Thank you very much.